On the 7th of December, we were having preparations at the 99 house. So Dopchim and her team came through to just set up everything. The whole truck came offloaded. They set up the tents because, as you know, we're in December and there's obviously going to be rain or something. So we had to set up that tent. I'm inside just trying to prepare and see how things are moving. I'm stressed, happy, emotional because I think there's a lot of expectation from people. So I'm just trying to be there. So fast forward to the 8th of December, my girl turned 1. Look at the decor. The decor was on point. Everything that I wanted, and I think more. Dopchim events, they outdid themselves. Let's talk about the front parts. The booth, oh my goodness. Everything was just giving fairy tale. The butterflies, the LED lights, like, what was that? The balloon ceiling, like, it was just a whole lot. When she was showing me everything, I think I was just out of words. They outdid themselves. We talk about the parents' tables, the way I wanted everything to be. I didn't want anything that is less. I think she did more. Those serpent tables, the chairs, the kids section, everything was on point. The activities, she said she's going to make a cube for the kids, and she did it because she didn't want them looking on the other side, and everything was just on point. The balloons on the entrance, that was grand. I loved it. The tent itself was just, it was giving like it's gonna be a big event. Everything was just on point. The entrance, a big shout out to Marathon Solution for the branding. Look at those characters, the Coco Melon characters. Look at JJ. He looks so real. Nina, everyone else, the Coco Melon family, just on point. The bus. I was actually experiencing Coco Melon in real life. Like everything was just coming to life. More than I expected. We look at let's talk about the sweets corner. Everything was on point. Sabango did the most. She outdid herself. The bus, the watermelon. I couldn't believe that was cake. I thought maybe it's a sticker or something. The sweet corner, Barbara, that was so much on point. Everything was just lovely, colorful. I loved how everything just came to life. I know it was a kid's birthday, but mommies had to take some shots. So we had a bar. Yeah, we had a bar. They were serving and just drinks for those that don't take alcohol. Yeah, but the mommies had a lot to drink. I can tell you, they had a lot to drink. Then we also had the popcorns, the snacks. We also had candy floss. You know, candy floss was scarce back in the day. It was only seen at trade fairs in showgrounds. Yeah, but we had it at Eliyanahs' birthday. We also had the ice cream machine. So the kids had ice cream. They had a lot to drink and eat. We had everything branded, from the water to the party boxes to the drinks to the snacks, all thanks to Marathon Solution. That was an amazing job. I think all the vendors did an amazing job. Yeah, I was very much happy and satisfied. I'm a satisfied and happy mother. Everything went as planned. Guys, it was a Monday and I was thinking people won't show up, but my people had to show up. Yeah, I was thinking it's Monday, people are working, obviously it's going to be a small number, but no, everyone just had to show up, and the number was as expected. Though I knew it was a holiday, but I knew my people were going to show up, and yeah, we had fun, and most importantly, the kids had fun. So the birthday girl is entering and she's surprised because she was sleeping. So she just, okay, so this is what's happening. She was looking confused, but yeah, daddy was driving her into the party. And I was happy. I was excited to see my girl. She's not used to crowds because they're always at home, but at least she had time to see other people and other kids as well. So that moment for me was so fulfilling, because last year around that time it was something else, but this year is happiness, and yeah, we thank God. Okay, so the cartoons, yeah, the Mickey Mouse cartoons. I just wanted something fun for the kids. Being an event planner, you have to think of a lot of things, like you have to think out of the way. So I actually thought of, okay, what is going to be funny enough to make the kids laugh, dance, and I see those things on TV, in cartoons, and also in Nigeria. So I had to just bring them so that our kids here can also have that feeling. They can just know, okay, this is Mickey Mouse. And they actually believed it was Mickey Mouse. Yeah, they did. So growing up, I loved watching Cinderella. And you know how back in the days, we were a lot at home. So parents didn't manage to make birthdays for us. So I always wished and imagined to be Cinderella. And when I met my husband, I called him Prince Charming, because in my little world, I'm still a Cinderella. So yeah, since I wanted to have that experience. Truth be told, I think the birthday was more of satisfying our childhood, because I could see the mothers eating the candy. So my outfit, I wanted to experience being the fairy godmother. Yeah. So that even just the kids can know, okay, fairy godmother, so can I make a wish? And I wanted the Disney to just come to life. I wanted the kids to experience Cocomelon, even the parents just to experience the Cocomelon, because knowing our time, we had no such thing. So my outfit was inspired by the fairy godmother in Cinderella. The foods, we had 3-course menu. Yeah, we had 3-course menu by Eliyanahs Catering Services. So we had first the snacks. Then after the snacks, we had the main meal, the 3-course menu. Everything was on point. I love the setup. As you can see, it's something different. And yeah, it was very tasty and appetizing. I'm sure even everyone else that came for the birthday enjoyed. More especially me, who was the host. I enjoyed the food, so everyone else enjoyed the food. So we, Eliana's dad and I gifted our baby girl a baby shop for her first birthday. So everyone is asking me, are we going to be gifting her shops on each birthday? Yeah, maybe yes, maybe not, it depends, but we just want to go above and beyond for our girl, because she's everything we prayed for, and she brings so much joy to our lives. So if we're going to be having shops every year, then yeah, so be it. To God be the glory.
Yes, the whole day started on the 7th. That was the day before the event. Of course, I was working partly, so I joined in a bit late. As I reached at the 99 house, there was all confusion, Dopchim had already brought in the tent, the guys were putting up the tent and whatnot. So fast forward to the 8th, the day, I think the event was splendid. It was great. I remember the things we talked about. Of course, my wife as an events planner, she'll mention here and there, then give me an opportunity to contribute a few stuff, but then she never reaches, the bottom of it all. So I found things that were just, out of this world, like with the decor, and everything. I said, wow, so I was wondering, I'm saying, okay, is this Dopchim's making, or probably it was all part of the plan? Then I remember at home seeing some drawing as Madame was planning, and I said, wow, this girl is gifted. It was awesome. Yeah, it was awesome. Dopchim really delivered. The decor was great, and everyone was amazing, everything was amazing. Oh yeah, of course, the day was a Monday, and everyone was wondering, why is the birthday on a Monday? And there was Daddy for Eliana, busy working. And then I just had to reason with my people at work. I told my boss, look, my girl was turning 1, and we had prepared something small, and I needed to be there as a father. So I showed up in my uniform, and everyone was just shaken up a bit, looking, and the guys that I was with the day before, they never knew I was in some combat. So it was, it was there. I joined them to do preparations here and there. Then later on, I just joined in, went to change, blended in like everybody else. The part for the bus was amazing. Having a background, one who has a background like mine, where I grew up in the village. At an early age, we never had an opportunity to watch TV. So these are the things that we just got to know as we grow up. So when Madam was telling me about, this Cocomelon who have a bus and whatnot, and I, as a daddy, I just couldn't help jumping on the bus, and I was in the front seat, sipping some juice. It was just amazing. I could see mothers shouting, and I was thinking, did these people really have this part of it when they were growing up? It was just great. Mothers shouting, "Wheels on the bus, go, whoa," and all that. So it was great. Everyone was vibing. Parents were even vibing more than the children. And for me, I'm telling you, it was a great experience. Everyone was watching me in front, shouting on top of my voice. I think I was happy. I was happy for the blessing of Eliyanah, and more importantly, for her turning 1 year. It has been a long journey. Otherwise, it was great. Apparently, yeah, because the voices for the parents shouting "Wheels on the bus" was even louder than the children. And we are all just vibing and dancing, and the children were also just, I think, in a state of confusion. But I'm telling you, it was amazing. It was an amazing feeling, Apparently, that was, I think, my favorite part of it all. So I thought, okay, there's this song I loved most, especially when my wife was pregnant. Apparently I love music. When I'm driving, I'm always listening to music, and slightly loud, of course, and my wife is always giving me that eye, like, reduce the volume. So that day, when she was pregnant, I could play this song, Responsible Father, and I was telling her, I can't wait to dance to this song with my baby. So that day I said, wow, let me just do something, and I requested the DJ to give me Responsible Father, and I was vibing to the whole, miming to it, and, people were there ululating. It was great, and of course, I do dance, but for the mothers, I just did a bit of it, and, mothers were happy. And it was great. I think for me, it was a moment of satisfaction as a father. Well, that moment, as I was trying to control the G-Wagon for baby Eliyanah, and she was there, so just moving according to how the vehicle was moving. For me, it was a moment of excitement. It was that moment where you just feel blessed, like feeling that, look, this is my girl, and I'm the one who just has to do there. I'm sure if the mother was nearby, I was going to tell her, step apart. She's like saying, my girl, and yeah. And now I think we are growing a very good bond with Eliyanah. So each time I put her in that, it's always just great. Yeah. Well, generally, the party was great, I would say. Just like I earlier mentioned, you look at the whole setup. The whole place was well organized. The table for the mothers. You look at the table for the kids, the playstations, well stationed. The front part was awesome. The butterflies, just everything and mommy put pictures there when baby was young, Eliana was a baby. I just looked and it was giving me memories, you know, memories of how everything went, literally just recording. It was great. Yeah, it was great. I think the kids were happy. The kids were everywhere. Baby Eliana, put her there, took a few pictures with her, put her on the ground. She was all over the countryside also trying to crawl in all direction. I said, this is great. How I wish she could internalize what is happening and make sense out of it. But generally it was beautiful. Mothers were happy. I think food was enough. You know, kids were happy. Yeah, all in all, we are thankful to God. It was. Well, as a responsible father, you know, we always do everything strategically. But anyway, these are the things that we always discuss with mommy. But we'll see. We'll see. Probably we can do something different. But definitely there will be something.